So I love Batman. I made a shirt for him. I have several action figures and collectibles for him, a ton of comic books. I even have those crappy 1940s serials of him that I cried for in the store when I was like 6 years old because I thought it was like a cartoon, but then I became immensely disappointed, and yet I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the Batman and Robin, or the Joel Schumacher Batman and Robin and Batman Forever movies when I was little. I don't anymore. Just a clarification. Number one thing that really made me love Batman so much was Rocksteady's Batman Arkham series. Now, the series ended up getting, it came to an end in 2013 after Batman Arkham Knight, and we didn't think we were gonna get any more Arkham games until there's been all these freaking game rumors about a Damian Wayne Batman game starring Damian Wayne in a female Black Mask, or a Suicide Squad game. Both apparently got canceled, and now we're supposed to be getting a reveal for the newest rumored Batman Arkham game in 2019, which would star the Court of Owls as the main villain, and it would take place after Arkham Origins, but before the good Rocksteady Batman games. So I'm not gonna go into the rumors that have just been spewed out all over the internet. I'm gonna more so go over what I want from this new Arkham game, like mechanics wise, just everything, what I want. First thing I want for sure from this new 2019 May release launch date, whatever, Batman Arkham game is a larger Gotham. So what I mean by that is just like Spider-Man PS4's open world, or Red Dead Redemption's open world, or any of those AAA studio games. Rocksteady's a AAA studio, of course, but I want a game like that to where it's huge. There's so many side missions, collectibles, Easter eggs, secrets like that, yada yada yada, all that stuff. Or immersive indoor levels. So for example, in Batman Arkham City, there was the Iceberg Lounge, or the Penguin's Museum, where Penguin ruled over sort of the entire Diamond District in Batman Arkham City, and he ruled over, he had the entire museum to himself, along with Penguin's Lounge, so he just kind of ruled over that entire area. And the whole level, when you meet Mr. Freeze, when you beat the Penguin, fight Solomon Grundy, all of that was so perfectly designed, and the whole where you have to step on the ice and walk super slowly to avoid getting eaten by the shark, and where you actually get to beat up the shark and get it off your raft. All of that was freaking amazing and perfectly designed, and I want more intricate levels like that. Because when I first played the game when I was 11 or 10, 11 or 12, I got I got stuck on the part because I accidentally went to get Mr. Freeze's suit first rather than go to save Mr. Freeze first, so I always got stuck on that part. And when I finally beat it, I realized I was an idiot. But that entire level was so greatly designed, along with the steel mill. And in Batman Arkham Knight, the quality of the level design was a little iffy. I mean, it wasn't awful, but it wasn't great either. Next thing I want on my list is improved AI. So what I mean by that is AI that's actually aware of the surroundings, so they end up reacting to stuff. They're more adaptable in the sense that if you, the player, Batman or Robin, continues to do a silent takedown or a corner takedown or a gargoyle takedown, they will adapt to that. They'll put mines on the gargoyles. In Batman Arkham Asylum, that was one of the greatest gameplay things that they did was, so you know how you're used to the gargoyles? Well, now Joker's henchmen are gonna put mines on the gargoyles, so if you go on them, and if you're on them for more than 3 seconds, they explode. That was amazing. You had to adapt, you had to stay more on the ground and stay off the gargoyles. I want more of that, to where Batman has to adapt to his environment and rely less on his gadgets and the gargoyles and whatnot. It's kind of a really weird, contradictory thing that I want. So make Batman less adaptable, but at the same time make the player have to adapt. So Batman can't have a stop for everything. in Batman Arkham Knight, he wasn't Batman, he was more so Superman in the sense that he had a gadget for everything. He had the freeze blast, the electric gun, the RHC gun to disable guns, which all you had to do was sit there, wait for it to reload, shoot again, wait for it to reload, shoot again, and then bam, you can take out a ton of guys. Plus, you had the Fear multi-takedown, to where if you do a silent takedown, you can take out multiple enemies at once without getting shot or like noticed. And I believe that was just, it's a really cool concept, except they made it so overpowered to where you can upgrade it to get like more than, you can get 5 or 6 guys at once. But I think they need to tone that down, keep it at 3, like, don't make that upgradable. Maybe make it upgraded to where it looks cooler. Like, I definitely think cosmetics and sort of the theatrics of Batman should be implemented into this Batman Arkham game, because in stuff like in Spider-Man PS4, for example, it looks so cool to use some of the gadgets. So, for example, you go and uppercut a guy, then you then you use your what's it called? Your trip mine web. You shoot it to the guy, then you go straight back to the ground, instant takedown, which was so cool to watch. This is like the #1 takedown that I use. Web bomb, and then you use the concussive detonator thing to push him up against the wall. That was awesome to do that. And for dual play, make it feel like more like real, like more substance, like. I get that sometimes in the Batman Arkham Knight dual play system, Batman and Robin would say like one line per stealth encounter. I want like a back and forth between Batman and Robin, or Batman's yelling at Dick Grayson to go take down this guy and that guy, and they're actually talking during the stealth thing. I get that it's supposed to be stealth, but it seems like a Dick Grayson thing to do, where he would actually where he would actually talk while he's taking out the gun guys. Yeah, dual play just kind of lacked this sort of like, it was so like cut and dry, like there wasn't much fun to it, you know? The same thing kind of applies to what Spider-Man PS4 did with him and Black Cat. Yeah, there was some back and forth, not really much back and forth. What I really want from the dual play is just more back and forth, like make it feel like the person you're playing with, like the AI you're playing with, is like an actual person. And for the combat, just like the combat AI, again, make more dual play more real, make Batman and Robin have more back and forth, and have all enemies attack at once. So, for example, in Batman vs Superman, when Batman was in the warehouse, like 3 guys came at him at once, and he was dodging all of them until he got pinned down with the cape. Just make the AI again more adaptable. Make them slick them off, and I believe Salvage used this idea in their video, so credit to them for this one. They can kick your kneecap out, so like you can't do like any like leg takedowns or something like that, or they hit you in the shoulder and the elbow, and you have less power in your melee attacks. Like for Spider-Man PS4, every level you progressed, there'd be a melee boost, so you get increased melee damage by 5%. Make it to where in this new Batman Arkham game, whatever it's called, we're just gonna call it Arkham 2019. So in Arkham 2019, if you get hit in the shoulder, your overall punching does less damage and it's harder to take out the bad guys. But yeah, make enemies attack at once. Rely less on having gadgets from the enemies, like the stun gun or the stun stick and the shield and the knife and all that. Yeah, that's all good. Keep that. Just don't add more like the Arkham Knight militia brutes. Like those were cool, but they got really easy to take down at points. Especially like you just use the freeze blast on them. Wait till your combo meter gets up to where you can use a special takedown on them, and then boom, take them down. You're done. Next, this sort of goes hand in hand with the whole AI thing, with the stealth thing I was talking about. Limit gadget use. So what I like in Spider-Man PS4 is sometimes you have to rely on more gadgets. Like there would be, you can only do 4 concussive blasts or 4 trip mines, so you can't just do unlimited stuff like that, where you can do unlimited freeze blasts, unlimited batarangs. I mean, the batarangs weren't as useful, but still you can do unlimited amount of those. Same thing with the explosive gel, unlimited explosive gel. Just sort of limit Batman's gadget use, so where you kind of have to think on your feet. I want a more heartfelt story. In Batman Arkham City, we got a fantastic story. In Arkham Knight, we got a so-so story. In Arkham Asylum, we got a more traditional Batman story, to where it was kind of unique, but it still felt like an original Batman story. Sort of what Spider-Man PS4 did. It was new, but it felt familiar, which is the greatest thing to do with a superhero story. Make it original, but make it feel familiar. Exactly what Spider-Man PS4 did. Batman Arkham Knight kind of missed the mark with the story. Arkham Origins was in a different freaking field and missed the entire game, missed the entire premise of the story, which could have been awesome. Like 8 assassins trying to kill Batman, all hired by Black Mask. And you find out, oh, guess what? It's the Joker. The Joker was behind everything. The best pitch I can give to you is, okay, you have the Court of Owls, right? The Court of Owls is this organization where they want to sort of do with what Ra's al Ghul wanted to do in Batman Begins, to where they want to rebrand Gotham, like get rid of its like plague of just awfulness, and sort of bring upon a revolution. Now, what you could do with this is in the storyline, the Court of Owls storyline, Bruce Wayne's brother, I forget what they call his brother. I don't know if they called him Thomas Wayne or not. Whatever, it turns out he has like a half-brother, so they end up butting heads, and then we find out later that Dick Grayson's family was connected to the Court of Owls, like the Gray Son, Dick Grayson. And so it could sort of be this like internal struggle for Dick Grayson, like, I was meant to be Talon this whole time, and Batman's like, no, that's not your destiny. And that Bruce Wayne's brother was like, yes, it's your destiny, you come and do that. And it's less of what the awful Batman and Robin, Batman vs. Robin animated movie did, to where it was like a power struggle between Talon and Batman, and then Robin was in the middle. I want it to be more of an internal struggle for Dick Grayson, realizing that his birthright sort of was being an assassin, when he's such this like very bright and happy. But yeah, this is just my pitch for like a story. Like it has potential. Really, I would put most of the writing and character into Dick Grayson, make this more of a Dick Grayson story, and then Batman's more of a side character. And then next, this may be it could be a good idea, but include an honor system. So when I say include an honor system, Red Dead Redemption 2 did this, the awful Amazing Spider-Man 2 game did this, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of other games that did this, but I can't think of any more. So basically the premise is it's Guardian or Outlaw. So Guardian being Gotham sees you as its protector, like the citizens will be less afraid of you, and it's more easier to maneuver around the city. But being an outlaw is when you might commit attacks on the GCPD, where you might inadvertently hurt GCPD officers or fail to aid them in some fashion. So the more you help out the GCPD and the more you stop criminals, it builds up your Guardian meter. Now, it's not gonna be like the awful Amazing Spider-Man 2 system where it tries to give you like an incentive to actually stop crimes, even though you could just go through the entire story without doing it, as long as you progress through the story and not focus on any side missions. If you do, and I think the incentive should sort of be like maybe unlockable suits. Like the more you help people, the more unlockable suits you get, or the more gadget upgrades you get. Or being an outlaw, you get like negative repercussions. So you take a lot more damage, a lot more people hate you, like you're unable to go into the streets. And on a side note, I probably should have said this when I said larger Gotham. Make Gotham have citizens. I mean, like, Gotham is such a vibrant city, and there's so many interesting characters in it. Like, why not make an entire city, like, filled with citizens? And that's my whole Guardian Outlaw sort of honor system sort of thing. It wouldn't be like super annoying and pressure you to do this or do that, but it would be an element that some would like and some wouldn't care about, and those who wouldn't care about it don't really have to do anything about it, you know? It should be one of those sort of things. Next point, make us care about Gotham City. So Gotham City, it's a crap hole. Like, there's nothing good about Gotham City. But the people in it, like, there's some people that are like Leslie Tompkins, Alfred Pennyworth, Commissioner Gordon, all those side characters that are, you know, citizens of Gotham, are all amazing people with amazing stories behind them. So again, I'm going back to Spider-Man PS4 because that's an amazing example and a fantastic game with the same format and genre of subgenre of video games. So there's a side mission where you're helping this homeless man. That was my AC. You're helping this homeless man collect pigeons that he keeps and he takes care of. And throughout each time you find a pigeon, you get this side conversation between Spider-Man and the homeless guy, where you find out that this homeless guy, he lost his wife a year ago to like cancer or some awful disease like that, and you actually care about this guy, and we actually care about New York like as a whole. Spider-Man gets kicked out of his apartment and he has to find his stuff, and his stuff was put in the dump, and we talked to this guy that's part of like the trash company, and he's like, yeah, I can help you try and get your stuff back. And you're like, wow, this guy's really nice. Like citizens can be like awesome. And this, like, New York, it add this whole other element to New York where, like, I want to save New York. Like, I want I want to put the weight of the city on my shoulders and like protect it from all these bad guys. The same should be said for Gotham City. Batman cares about Gotham City greatly. He cares about like the city as a whole, like the people in it, just everything about it. He wants to make the city a better place. He wants to make it so where no other 8-year-old little boy will witness his parents' death. So I think adding side missions to where you actually have to help the citizens of Gotham and make us care about the people would definitely add another element and make it feel more real and like make us actually care and want to participate in whatever the game is giving us in missions. And this one's pretty, I say it's pretty obvious. Give us the ultimate hub in the form of the Batcave. Give us the Batmobile, the Batcycle, the Batwing, or at least one vehicle to drive for both Batman and Robin. And the Batwing, we haven't gotten the Batwing, or maybe even the Batboat, the Bat Jet Ski, the Bat Kayak from the Lego Batman movie. Give us those. Make it to where there's so much in the Batcave that we want to explore that we just spend an entire day exploring the Batcave. Make it to where Batman is starting his trophy room, where he has the freaking giant penny, the Joker card, the dinosaur. We sort of got that in the DLC map in Batman Arkham City, where we got it as a DLC, Riddler's Revenge challenge map. Yeah, challenge map, that's what they were called. We got it in a challenge map, and it looked really cool. It was small, but it was still kind of cool. There were a few Easter eggs in there. You could put no, you can't put the Robin grave up there because Jason Todd hasn't been introduced yet. If we're saying that it's Batman and Dick Grayson. But yeah, just give us a nice home to come to in the form of Batman Arkham and this Arkham 2019 game. Make us want to go to the Batcave, because in Arkham Origins, Batcave was kind of cool, but hey. And we could also get a plus from Batman Arkham Origins was when we was talk to Alfred, and he was talking about how he was fighting Man-Bat, or how he encountered with a big bat, where we thought it was Man-Bat, but it was actually just the bat from the beginning cutscene in the game. And it was just cool to get that kind of side conversation, because we see the perspective of Alfred, what Alfred has to do. Well, he has to clean up, just give, Bruce Wayne food and Dick Grayson food and whatnot. And moving on, this kind of goes hand in hand again. Give us the Bat vehicles, of course, the Batmobile for sure, but make it less of a tank. Make it feel like it's more of a means of transportation than a substitute for combat. Meaningful side missions. So I was thinking more like the mechanics of how it works. So make side missions catered more towards Batman's gameplay and his character arc or story, and then make side missions catered to Robin. Like maybe you're hunting down Tony Zuko, or maybe that's a DLC, but that's just an example. Like maybe you're hunting down Tony Zuko, or you run into Deathstroke, or maybe you even meet a Teen Titan. Maybe. But again, this is all just, talk and what I want from the game. But yeah, make us care about both Batman and Robin, like, equally, maybe even care about Robin more than Batman, because I do want to I would like for the story to be more catered towards Robin, or maybe have the side missions be more oriented towards Batman's whole perspective on the Court of Owls. And another great aspect of Batman Arkham Origins was the Cyrus Pinckney like history lessons you would get. You go around and find the Cyrus Pinckney plaques, and you would learn about freaking the Waynes from like the 1800s or the early 1900s, and you learn about Cyrus Pinckney and all the lore in Gotham. And then this is probably one of my like biggest wants for Arkham 2019 is a full wardrobe of Batman and Robin attire. So Arkham Origins did okay. Arkham Knight actually did pretty well. I mean, they didn't do too hot for Catwoman and Nightwing especially. He didn't get any love for alternate costumes, but Batman got plenty, of course, and those were all fantastic. I mean, some of them, the design was a little and I forgot where I was at. Because my camera went out. Oh yeah, the whole wardrobe thing. Again, like, just to recap my point, give us a ton of costumes, make them cater to the cutscenes, to where, like, if we're looking at a cutscene, like in Spider-Man PS4, we're looking at a cutscene and we have that suit on, and just see how that suit looks on screen and in the cutscene, because like the Arkham games cutscenes were beautiful. I mean, Arkham Knight, it was alright, but Origins, like the cinematography and like how everything looked, it had this like such intense and like a young look for a young Batman, and that's what I wanted for all these Arkham games. Like Arkham City, great cutscenes. Arkham Asylum, it was alright. Again, Arkham Asylum was a very solid game overall. Everything was pretty average about it. At the time, it was it revolutionized. And last but not least, least, the Arkham games DLC has been really hit or miss. In the sense that Harley Quinn's Revenge was pretty cool. I mean, we got Tim Drake's perspective on the whole Joker dying thing and him trying to rescue Batman, which was, it was kind of cool. It could have been handled better, but it was still cool. Arkham Knight, I did enjoy the Season of Infamy. That was definitely really cool. Mr. Freeze's storyline was very heartfelt. I love the new environment on the boat, where you're on the Batmobile and you had to shoot the tank. Arkham Origins, Cold Heart was like my favorite DLC by far. Like, it sort of changed Gotham's environment. It cut off most of the city though, but I really enjoyed the story. Like, we cared about, like, at the end we cared about Mr. Freeze and we wanted to, like, beat the heck out of the GothCorp owner. If the main story is focused more on, like, Batman and his point of view on this whole Court of Owls debacle, I think that the story should be catered more towards Robin and his journey to become Nightwing. One, the game players have the incentive to actually buy a DLC because, oh, I want to see how Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing in this universe, and it would be cool to play as both Robin and Nightwing, and give us another part of Gotham City, or just an updated Gotham City. But again, make us feel like we're in the Batman mythos. We're experiencing what Batman experiences when we open up a comic book. That's what Arkham City did. That's what Arkham Asylum did. Arkham Knight missed the target just a little bit. Arkham Origins missed it completely. But this game, if it's been like 3 years since the last, or almost 4 years since the last Arkham game, then this game, if they've been working on it for so long, then this game has the potential to be like one of the great. It could be up there with Arkham City and Spider-Man PS4, which I don't really have an opinion on which is better. They're both great. But again, this game has so much potential and it can have so much content packed into it. If they just took their time with what they're using, Arkham Origins didn't really take its time whatsoever. They just kind of screwed the entire Assassin's concept and went straight. That's gonna do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and my last video talking about Daredevil for like almost 3 minutes, make sure to click the like. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you want more of my content. And yeah, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram if you want to talk about comic books, comic videos, comic video games, comic movies, or you know, any of that jazz, or just life in general. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been so alone ever since I left the